It's more than obvious that the Beatles would not be the stars they are today without the assistance of George Martin. He was key in the early years of the band, transforming the melodic talent of John and Paul into high-value rock and roll records. However, as the years went on, the Beatles showed more and more interest in the assembling process, and by 1966 in albums like Revolver, George was more like an assistant rather than the main producer. Now, we all know about the sudden change of character John went through in 1968 for a variety of reasons. Yeah, a variety. His compositions were becoming less and less dependent on production, as seen in songs like Julia and Your Blues, so he started to feel like maybe George wasn't needed anymore. Early 1969 rolls in, and the band had an idea to make a live album, and John made it clear that none of the recordings were going to be subdued to, and I quote, production rubbish. This made the process very tedious because any imperfections had to be fixed with an entirely new take, but it was the band's wishes, so George complied. The project was not finished, but to his surprise, after the release of Abbey Road, Phil Spector was called in by John Lennon himself. The guy who wanted no production rubbish on Let It Be brought in a guy that was known for putting extra rubbish on every single chord. George was obviously offended, which maybe explains why he didn't work with John in any of his solo albums.